Hello, this is a quick example of how to evaluate a limit using factoring. So the limit we're looking at today is the limit as x approaches 2 of x squared minus 4 over x minus 2. Now, the method I always suggest is to use direct substitution. In this case, it won't work, but it's always good to check in case it gives you the fastest answer. So using direct substitution, we're going to let x equal 2. And then we're going to plug that in for the variable x in our equation. So in this case, it's going to be 2 squared minus 4 over 2 minus 2. And 2 squared is 4. 4 minus 4 is 0. And then 2 minus 2 is also 0. So we get 0 over 0. Now, we know that when looking for limits, 0 over 0 is not acceptable. So we cannot use that. So we have to look for a different method. Now, we kind of gave a hint here at the beginning that we'll be factoring, so we're going to go ahead and try that. Now, if you're thinking of which area you should focus on when it comes to factoring, always go for the area with the highest exponent and see if you can simplify it and cancel it with something of the area of the lower exponent. So what I mean here is looking up here where the squared is at and seeing if there's something we can simplify it to match our format in the denominator. So in this case, we're going to take our x squared minus 4 and see if we can factor this out. Now, using the FOIL method, we're going to look at which two versions of the variable can be multiplied together to give us that x squared. So in this case, we know that x multiplied by x will give us x squared. There's no sign, so we don't have to worry about that. We can leave them both as positive. The next step is to look at that last digit, and we have a minus 4. So we know that with minus 4, one of the signs is going to have to be negative. And we're thinking of two numbers that can be multiplied together to give us 4. In this case, it's going to be 2. So we're going to put 2 in both of those. As far as for what goes in the center, luckily because we have a minus sign as well as a plus sign that are the same, if we were to multiply this out, we would get 2x minus 2x, and that would cancel out. So we don't have to worry about that. So it looks like we're on the right track with x plus 2 and x minus 2. And if we plug that into our original limit as x approaches 2, and on the bottom we had x minus 2, what we can see is that the x minus 2 cancels with the x minus 2 above. And so when we cancel that out, we're left with the equation, the limit as x approaches 2 of x plus 2. And we're going to try my favorite method again, which is direct substitution. And when we do that, we let x equal 2, and we're going to get 2 plus 2, which is equal to 4. So in this limit, as x approaches 2 of x squared minus 4 over x minus 2, it simplifies down to the limit as x approaches 2 of x plus 2, which when we plug in 2, we get our answer, which is 4. And that's how you evaluate a limit by factoring.